Around 25 minutes after 12 on the Sunday edition of All Angles, I'm Cindy Mabi. A group of disgruntled ratepayers within the Buffalo City Metro in the Eastern Cape have launched a court application at the East London High Court. And this comes after years of financial distress where ratepayers have been complaining about the exorbitant billing system of water and electricity. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda joins us now to give us an update on the story. Of course, the ratepayers now being made to pay for mismanagement and also their complaints not being heard. Ronald, what's the latest?
Good afternoon, Sis Cindy. So the real issue here is with the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality's new credit control policy. Now, under this policy, ratepayers who are in arrears, they get deducted up to 80% of their electricity. So whenever someone buys electricity, 80% is deducted. The other issue is with the billing system. Now, several years now, people have been complaining about this billing system, and one of them is a person whom we spoke to, a mother of two by the name of Zizo Dubula. Now, this woman was telling us that back in September 2020, her bill, her water bill, stood at 2,900. A month later, she was then billed over 80,000 rand. Now, what we also have been hearing is that some of these ratepayers, these issues have taken a toll on their own health. But the East London High Court recently also suggested and ruled that the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality has unlawfully, billed people without giving them written notice. So the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality has now to give people at least 14 days written notice before implementing this credit control policy. But we heard from the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality's communications head, Samkelo Ngwenya, earlier.
We're very much aware of some of the challenges that are faced. We're issuing over 170,000 bills per monthly, and from those 3% becomes queries. We've taken note of some of the court judgments, and they're raising some of the issues that we're very much aware of, particularly the issue of the pre-termination notice. It's something that made us not to contest the judgment in itself, because ultimately it's aimed at resolving the billing challenges that we have. So we put in methods in place to try and rectify that situation, and we think we're on the right track towards making sure that at least we are able to abide by some of the expectations that are expected from us as a municipality.
And Ronald, this is probably an issue that many ratepayers around the country are facing, and this could set a precedence where ratepayers now come together, they galvanize their resources and take municipalities to court. What else can we expect today?
All right, so let's get more reaction on this particular story. I am joined now by Community Dialogue founder Leonard Ngumbesa. Thank you so much for your time. I mean, talk to us about your role in this whole matter and how dire is the situation.
Thank you so much, Ronald. My role in this whole situation is to collect these ratepayers under one roof so that we can have a united voice in fighting this ridiculous, unhuman, cruel BCM action towards the ratepayers of the BCMM. So that's my role, and also to make sure that since we wrote to BCM from June, July, August, they don't respond to us, we then have to take BCM to court. So in order to do that, we must be united under one roof and have one voice. So that's my role.
I'm not exaggerating when I say some people's health has been compromised.
A lot of them, as I'm speaking with you, as I'm talking with them day and night, some are in hospital now, some are using medication, BP, and so on and so forth. So it's something that is beyond, it's too much. That's why I'm saying it's unhuman. One of them, in this morning, you saw yourself, the medication, he's saying he can't even open the statement when they arrive because of the situation, because he knows the health will be something else. So you are not exaggerating at all. It's a situation that needs people with heart, people that care for the people and say, look, we lift our hands and say we bow, because all we are advocating here is BCM must write off all the debts, because they are just estimating. There is no such that you can charge people ridiculously daylight robbery like this.
Data that you are referring to, just for our viewers, is a 70-year-old man who says that since this has occurred, he has now been diagnosed with diabetes and he's struggling. I mean, he's a pensioner. What I want to know, you also have a WhatsApp group. Have you been inundated with these complaints?
Yes, we have WhatsApp groups, more than 5 WhatsApp groups, different WhatsApp groups. And unfortunately, these complaints that we are bringing to the BCM, they are not responding to us. Hence, we're taking the last resort, because in June we also went to their offices and protest, a peaceful protest. That's why now we're going to the lawyers so that they can fight with us or fight for us in this situation.
I understand that the mayor, Princess Faku, also raised concerns about this billing system. Has she done anything to rectify it?
When she took over from the office, she promised that in 100 days, the issue of ratepayers, the billing and all that will be the thing of the past. But to date, she hasn't done that. It's more than 100 days now. I don't know, now it's either we are on 4 months or 5 months since she took over from office. I don't know how many people should die before they can cancel the debts of the ratepayers. Because now the only issue they must do, they must cancel all these debts, because they are estimating people are dying 80% when you're buying electricity. It's so uncalled for and it's unlawfully. Hence, we are challenging them through the courts now, because they don't respond to us when we write to them.
Yeah. Lastly, let's talk about that court application that you've now embarked on. And also, you have a big meeting tomorrow.
Tomorrow, I'm taking, in fact, it's more than 50 people, ratepayers. They're supposed to consult with our lawyer tomorrow. But unfortunately, when I communicated with our lawyer, I said, no, can't be able to take so much number. I must split them into 10s. So otherwise, tomorrow you are going to see at 8 in the morning, more than 50 people going to consult with our attorney because of this issue. So now I'm going to break the numbers and take 10 per day, so to attend with our attorney. So we have that meeting of the ratepayers tomorrow to see our attorney to deal with this issue. We are not going to leave it until BCM come down and solve this situation.
Thank you very much indeed, Leonard, for your time. That was Leonard Ngumbese. And yeah, serious issues, Cindy, as many ratepayers are really struggling to make ends meet. Some are people who don't even work, and yet they are charged tens and thousands of rands. I mean, even when we covered the story several months ago, one ratepayer said that she owed the municipality R500,000. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, and Ronald, it's really unfortunate that some people's health has even suffered due to the mismanagement and incorrect billing system. But it's encouraging to see that they are holding the municipality to account and taking this litigation process to ensure that there is fair treatment for ratepayers. But thanks indeed. eNCA reporter Ronald Masinda from East London giving us that update on the ratepayers taking legal action against the Buffalo City Municipality.